Untitled Chapter.
I've grown up playing many different types of video games. I always enjoyed the tight platforming in Mario or the creativity in Minecraft. Every genre provides something for each and every type of player, and though I enjoy a wide range of genres, Metroidvanias are one of my favorites. There have been many great Metroidvanias that have gained massive popularity, and many iconic titles have provided powerful experiences all around the world. In 2017, Team Cherry, a small indie studio from Australia, raised the bar in the Metroidvania scene with a new game called Hollow Knight. This game was received very highly by critics and created a huge following of devoted fans. Me and many others have fallen in love with this game for a multitude of reasons. Hollow Knight succeeds in creating a fun and immersive adventure for all players. And with its sequel Silksong releasing just in time for my grandchildren to play it, I'm going to look back at what makes this game such a memorable experience. Hollow Knight starts off with an intro cutscene that leads to a little tutorial section. Through here you can learn the different moves and spells while fighting enemies that teach the player different forms of combat. This area is intuitive because it effectively teaches the player how to play the game without holding their hand the entire time. In the end, there's a gate that leads you to the in-game world Hollow Nest. After this section, the game completely changes in its gameplay. It went from a linear tutorial to an open world that you will spend hours exploring. Every playthrough is different, and it gives this game a lot of replay value. Each area in the game has its own atmosphere. Whether you're having fun in Green Path or wanting to refund the game in Deep Nest, there is no lack of variety. Even though I've been playing this game for hours, it still finds new ways to surprise me with little hidden secrets. You can also skip certain sections of the game if you're good enough, similar to something Super Metroid did years ago. The map is masterfully created by finding the balance between being descriptive and simple. The rooms are perfectly connected, which makes it feel like a real world instead of a bunch of rooms that are placed here and there. Through its many areas, it starts building the world and immerses you into it. However, I can't talk about world building without discussing the lore. The lore in this game is deep and complicated, filled with tragedies such as the fall of Hollow Nest, the fate of the Hollow Knight, and Mender Bug's death. The main story shows the aftermath of the Pale King's desperate attempt to save Hollow Nest from the Radiance's infection. Your character is met by many creatures who have fallen to this infection and others who have survived, and you can see how they live in their ruined world. By opening the black egg, you will find where it's all contained. You will fight either the Hollow Knight or Radiance. This can lead to multiple endings, but this isn't the only lore, because each place and character has their own backstory, such as the Colosseum of the Fools and this riddle-speaking mushroom. Hollow Knight also succeeds in setting the perfect atmosphere. Through Ari Gibson's artwork and Christopher Larkin's score, you can feel immersed and interested while exploring this vast world. The art makes each character unique and special, and each area provides a different setting. And the music in this game is impeccable. Christopher Larkin manages to create some of the most beautiful pieces in gaming. It perfectly fits the atmosphere and it demonstrates different emotions. The use of light motifs is very effective, the most common one being the recurring theme of the vessels. But the game doesn't just rely on good music and visuals. The gameplay is extremely fluid and diverse. The combat can change between enemies and bosses by the different nail arts, slashes, and spells. The platforming is tight and enjoyably challenging, and multiple abilities can be unlocked. Even though the game is insanely difficult, I keep persevering through a challenge because it's just that fun. And when you succeed, it is one of the most satisfying feelings. The game also includes a charm system that helps players choose their own playstyle. Scattered around the world are the collectibles called charms, that all have different buffs or abilities, whether you are a more aggressive, passive, or experimental player. Any game with a big following forms some kind of fanbase, and Hollow Knight is no exception. People have speedran this game to its current limits and done many challenges to test their own skill. This inspired me to make a challenge of my own where I played the game without healing. Big streamers and YouTubers have also emerged, such as Fireborn, Mossbag, and Scurry. They have brought many people together to enjoy a game they love and learn more about. Mods have been created like the infamous randomizer and the upcoming release of the Pale Core expansion. You can even challenge your own skill with the increased boss difficulty. However, I can't end the video without talking about my favorite part of the game, the Hollow Knight boss fight. You start off by entering this room that is completely silent with only a quiet tune playing. Then you hit the first chain and it becomes louder. You hit all the other chains and it climaxes into the boss theme. The radiance screams out from the Hollow Knight and the battle begins. You can see the infection surrounding the room with this loud and intense music. You fight it by using all of your moves and spells while dodging and parrying all of its attacks. But it's not really a difficult fight. Then you reach his second phase. The Path of Pain music starts playing and the Hollow Knight starts stabbing himself. You realize that you aren't fighting against the boss, you are fighting with it. You finally see what happened to this vessel as a result of its life of tragedy. The boss wasn't difficult because it was weakened by the infection. The fight becomes more stressful as the infection tries harder to defeat you. The music starts swelling until eventually you take down the Hollow Knight and then are told to absorb the infection. The music gets louder and louder as the Hollow Knight explodes and everything starts crumbling. Everything in the room is being absorbed and the intensity constantly increases until pure silence. Hollow Knight is one of those games that I'll never forget. The diverse world, rich lore, stunning art, beautiful music, and sharp gameplay have all made this game a meaningful experience for me. I've invested hours into this game and completed every challenge that it had to offer, and yet, I keep coming back. I play through it again and again because it never fails to amaze me. I make new memories and love talking to other people about Hollow Knight. It is one of those games that I wish I could play again for the first time. So thank you Team Cherry for giving me and many others such an amazing and memorable game.